Have you ever wondered how some people seem to remain calm and composed even in the face of adversity? It appears as if they've discovered some secret key to tranquility, doesn't it? Well, the answer might be simpler than you think. They might be practicing Stoicism, an ancient philosophy which has been gaining traction in recent years. Stoicism, originating in Athens in the 3rd century BC, is a practical philosophy that focuses on logic, personal ethics, and virtue. It was founded by Zeno of Citium, who was greatly influenced by Socrates and the Cynics. The philosophy emphasizes the development of self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions. It teaches the art of understanding the natural order of things and accepting what we cannot control. At its heart, Stoicism is about tranquility and peace of mind. It teaches us that while we may not have control over the events that happen to us, we do have control over how we interpret and react to those events. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But it's a concept that's incredibly powerful and transformative when applied. One of the core components of Stoicism is self-discipline, the ability to control our desires and impulses. Stoics believe that by mastering self-discipline, we can achieve a state of tranquility and happiness. It's not about suppressing our emotions, but rather understanding and managing them in a healthy and productive way. In today's fast-paced, constantly changing world, Stoicism is more relevant than ever. It provides a framework for dealing with the stresses and challenges of modern life. It encourages us to focus on what's truly important, to live in the present moment, and to appreciate what we have. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by life's ups and downs, remember this. Stoicism teaches us that the path to happiness lies not in changing what happens to us, but in changing how we react to what happens. Let's delve deeper into this fascinating philosophy and explore how it can help us lead more fulfilling and tranquil lives. At the heart of Stoicism lie 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are not just moral guidelines, but also tools for mastering self-discipline. Let's dive deeper into each one. First, wisdom. Wisdom in Stoicism is not merely about accumulating knowledge. It's about understanding the nature of things, discerning what's within our control and what's not, and making the best decisions based on that understanding. It's about recognizing that our reactions, our judgments, our attitudes, these are within our control. And it's this understanding that gives us the power to respond rather than react, to choose our actions wisely. Next, courage. Courage in Stoicism is not just about physical bravery. It's the mental fortitude to face life's challenges, to endure pain, hardship, and fear. It's about standing up for what is right, even when it's difficult, even when it's uncomfortable. And it's through this courage that we develop resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity. Then justice. Justice in Stoicism is about fairness, integrity, and treating others with respect. It's about understanding that we are part of a larger community and our actions impact others. It's about acting in a way that contributes to the well-being of that community, not merely our own. And it's through this sense of justice that we cultivate empathy and compassion. Finally, temperance. Temperance is about moderation, balance. It's about not being a slave to our desires, not letting our impulses control us. It's about understanding that excess of anything, even good things, can lead to harm. And it's through temperance that we master our desires and impulses. These virtues are interconnected. Wisdom guides us to act with courage, justice, and temperance. Courage empowers us to act justly and temperately. Justice encourages us to act wisely and courageously. And temperance helps us to act wisely, courageously, and justly. These virtues form the foundation of Stoicism and guide us towards mastering our desires and impulses. Self-discipline in the Stoic sense is not about denying oneself of pleasures, but about not being controlled by these pleasures. Delving into the Stoic perspective, self-discipline is seen as an essential tool in maintaining harmony with nature and our own rational mind. It's about understanding our desires and impulses, not suppressing them, yet not allowing them to dictate our actions and thoughts. Stoicism teaches us that desires and impulses are natural, yet they can be like wild horses if left unchecked, dragging us along paths we may not wish to tread. But with self-discipline, we can rein in these horses, directing them towards constructive ends. It's about harnessing our desires and impulses, not to serve as our masters, but as our servants. The Stoic philosophers, such as Epictetus and Seneca, emphasized the importance of reason and rationality. They believed that we should act based on logic and wisdom, not on whims and impulses. This doesn't mean denying ourselves of life's pleasures, but rather, it means not being swayed by them. It means being able to enjoy a slice of cake without needing to devour the whole thing. This Stoic view of self-discipline also extends to our reactions to external events. Stoicism encourages us to accept the things we cannot change and to change the things we can. It's about having the self-discipline to keep our emotions in check, to respond rather than react, to act with reason rather than impulse. Self-discipline, according to Stoicism, is a journey, not a destination. It's a constant process of self-improvement and self-mastery. It's about gaining control over our own minds and thereby gaining control over our lives. In essence, Stoicism and self-discipline go hand in hand. They both advocate for the same thing, a life led by reason, not by desire, by principles, not by impulse, by understanding, not by ignorance. Remember, self-discipline is not about restriction, it's about self-control and self-mastery. Before we proceed, if you're finding value in this video, consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and sharing it with others who might benefit. This is not just about us. It's about creating a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about Stoicism and self-discipline. Each like, each share, each subscription helps us spread the word and reach more people. Just think about it. By hitting that subscribe button or sharing this video, you're not only supporting our work, but also helping someone else discover the transformative power of Stoicism. And isn't that what Stoicism teaches us? To find fulfillment in contributing to the betterment of others? So, if you believe in what we're doing, if you believe in the power of Stoicism and self-discipline, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it with others. Thank you for your support. And now, let's continue with our exploration of Stoicism and self-discipline. So, how do we apply these principles of Stoicism and self-discipline in our daily lives? One practical technique is the practice of negative visualization. This involves spending a few moments each day imagining how things could go wrong in our lives. Although it might sound counterintuitive, this practice can actually help us appreciate what we have and prepare us for potential challenges. It's not about being pessimistic, but rather about preparing ourselves for life's inevitable ups and downs. Another Stoic practice is the dichotomy of control. This principle reminds us that certain things are within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and feelings, while other things, like the weather or the actions of others, are not. By focusing our energy on what we can control and accepting what we can't, we can reduce anxiety and frustration. Also, practicing moderation is a key aspect of Stoicism and self-discipline. Stoics believe in enjoying life's pleasures, but not to the point of excess or dependency. This can be applied to all aspects of life, from eating and drinking to spending money and using technology. By practicing moderation, we can enjoy life's pleasures without becoming enslaved by our desires. Finally, we can apply Stoicism through mindfulness. Stoics encourage us to live in the present moment, not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. This mindfulness can help us appreciate the here and now and avoid unnecessary stress. These Stoic practices can be applied to various daily situations. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic, instead of getting frustrated, you can use this time for negative visualization or practicing acceptance. If you're feeling overwhelmed by work, you can practice mindfulness to focus on the task at hand and not worry about future tasks. Incorporating these principles into our daily routines can help us navigate life's challenges more effectively, improve our mental well-being, and lead a more balanced and fulfilling life. By applying these principles, we can gain control over our desires and impulses and lead a more fulfilling life. In conclusion, Stoicism provides us with a framework to develop self-discipline and master our desires and impulses. Reflecting on our journey through this video, we've discovered the guiding principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that encourages us to focus on what is within our control and accept what isn't. We've delved into the intimate relationship between Stoicism and self-discipline, understanding how these ancient teachings can help us regulate our desires and impulses. We've seen how, by living in the present moment, we can effectively manage our reactions to external events, leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. We've also explored how applying Stoic principles in our everyday life can help us face challenges with grace and resilience. Remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, but about understanding them, accepting them, and ultimately controlling them. It's about leading a life of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. Thank you for spending time with us today. Remember, the journey towards self-discipline is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep going and you'll get there.